The Tainos and Caribs, the history of the indigenous natives who encountered Christopher Columbus in 1492. Written by Charles River Editors. Narrated by Casey Wayman. As soon as I arrived in the Indies on the first island which I found, I took some of the natives by force in order that they might learn and might give me information of whatever there is in these parts. Christopher Columbus. On October 12, 1492, one of the most important first contacts of the modern era was made when 3 ships of Spanish origin approached the island archipelago, now known as the Bahamas, cautiously dropping anchor as the captain of the fleet gazed across what he assumed was the coast of India. According to the popular version of the story, amazed at the sight of ships and men of such unfamiliar appearance, the native people of the island plunged into the clear waters of the western Atlantic, expertly swimming or aboard dugout canoes, and came out to greet the strangers. In all probability, the meeting was much more cautious and incremental, but the idea that these innocent people, raised in a tropical Eden, might embrace with such open enthusiasm their own destruction is picturesque, and no doubt appeals to contemporary perceptions. By whatever means one might choose to view it, this meeting of cultures certainly did mark the beginning of a bold new chapter in the history of Europe, and the beginning of the end of an ancient race of native people occupying a vast new continent. The entries into Christopher Columbus's log as he recorded his first encounters with the indigenous people of the Indies are very telling. The island people arrived alongside his ships, offering humble gifts that Columbus described as parrots and balls of cotton and spears and many other things, which they exchanged for the glass beads and hawksbells. These were the Tainos people, or the Arawaks, as they would come to be known, and Columbus described them as well-built, with good bodies and handsome features. This description, while deceptively simple, had a chilling implication, because Columbus was not taking note of these facts out of idle interest, but in terms of how best to exploit them. As the natives offered up gifts and the open hand of friendship, and by implication the freedom of their islands, Columbus remarked simply on their primitive appearance and primeval technology, and how easy they would be to overcome. He noted, "They do not bear arms, and do not know them. For I showed them a sword, they took it by the edge and cut themselves out of ignorance. They have no iron. Their spears are made of cane. They would make good servants. With 50 men we could subjugate them all and make them do whatever we want." What Columbus wanted in the first instance was gold, and he was quick to observe the small items of gold jewelry worn by his visitors, which alerted him immediately to the fact.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?